look around in the world, what do I see? I see footprints that man have left on the sand while walking through times. I see fruits of our ambitions, figments of our imagination, and I ask myself, when will it end? When will it end? It is plain to see, universally this land is not bountiful as it was, simply because in this quest for success, nothing stands in man's way. Oh, rivers run dry, soon the birds won't fly, the mountains will be no longer high. And when I really think of it, yes, I just wonder why. I see charity deplored, equal rights totally ignored, wisdom and ingenuity walking in accord, simply to afford such inventions as thermonuclear warfare and environmental warfare. And I wonder now, where do we go from here? Profits everywhere, gaze upon the horizon, and the cloud of judgment will come as the savage hands of unscrupulous men defile everything passed by. Time is running out as we eat and drink, species at the brink of being extinct, yeah. And I think no one can deny that the price of progress is high, really, really high, high, high.
Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago. This is coming across as the second live video for the night, but it's not. I went to do that video in Belmont to raise the point and make the issue. Make the point and raise the issue of what's going on in Belmont. I'm not stopping. I'm going to hold up Belmont for the nation to see. I'm going to start doing the same thing in Morva, Beetham, Laventille, Ceylons. I'm going Cocorite, I'm going Harding Place, I'm going Waterhole, I'm going Abbey Pujad, Big Yard, Scorpion, I'm going River Estate, Patna, Bagatelle. I want to bring Rich Plain, Covine, Factory Road, Mason, and La Puerta and hold it up for Rowley to watch. Watch this, brother. You're responsible. You're responsible for this. You are the government of the day. You are responsible for his camera. Shut up. When you was government, you did fat all. Don't fool people with your little box drains and your little handouts. This is not about food card. This is about the well-being of the citizens being the function and the purpose of government. And every single government of the day, of every day, has failed this nation. We have never had a proper government in Trinidad and Tobago. Right now, I could take you for a walk around the Oval by St. Clair and show you former and present PNM ministers enjoying hundreds of millions of dollars of rental of buildings that we don't need to be renting. It is just bullshit. The government is literally using the people's vote to feather their nest and enrich their finances. Where are we going? Where are we going from here? We're going to talk and we're going to keep on talking. I named this video Progress for a reason. Because at no point after this effort, I want to tell you something, we ain't hold back nothing. At no point after this effort will Trinidadians will be able to say they didn't know, they had no idea how to fix it, or they didn't have a choice. We gave you all three. We exposed everything with fact. Look tonight, more information on the ambulance service. More. And we caught dealing with that. We're fighting for this country. Somebody had a conversation with me Saturday at the last PEP meet and greet. He said, boss, if they're saying you don't like Indian, you don't like black people, you don't like Syrian, you don't like nobody, it's looking like that. That's the message. Philip is a racist. He don't like no race at all. Yeah, that really holding water. Forget that. Don't even stick a pin in that. Just throw that in the dustbin. Come back to this. Where are we? Where are we now? Tonight. Look around you. even if you're well off, let's say you're rich, let's say you're wealthy, your child jump in his white Hilux and he go driving and he get hold up on the Eastern Main Road and he's the Minister of Finance. That could have ended bad. Let's say you're powerful, you can't step out your house, no matter who you are. And you better have generator and well, because water is run out. And when the water come, it stink. So it dirty up all your tanks and everything. Your whole water system had to flush. So let's make a frank and honest assessment of this shithole that we live in. This cesspool, this banana republic. Let's make an assessment. What works? Can't say the record works. Not even that works. I used to say nothing works but the record to make a joke. So people get caught up with that and say the record works. The record doesn't work. The record's job is to remove vehicles from causing obstructions, but they have to look for the owner first. At least in 20 feet around the vehicle. And if the owner comes outside and says, that's my vehicle, you can get them a ticket. Get them a ticket for obstruction. So the record don't work properly. The record is like sharks. Now it's doing the job. It's doing the job. And we settle for nonsense. In a relationship where a woman is get cuff, kick, slap, the man come home for 2 days. He ain't beat her. You know, she called she mother and she crying on the phone. She thinks she man have another woman. Because he ain't beating her, so he beating somebody else. In a nation that equates licks with love. We think that when they finally come, and you see the bag of green on the truck, and they offload some pitch, and they press it with the steamroller, we get handled. That can't last. That's not how you build a road. That's a top coat. And you don't put a top coat on a broken, collapsing road. Especially if the water pipes below can't take the weight of the steamroller compacting the top coat, because it will bust the pipe, start them leaking. Over the next 24 to 48 hours, it'll bubble back up through the pitch, and they'll have to come and dig again and start the whole cycle over. Because in a developed country, there are concrete boxes that those pipes run in. But not here. Here we play a game called I will make you rich, you kick back to me. So I'll make sure that you paving constantly. Kuzal, Sami, Calco, all of them. Keep paving, brother. You kick back to me. And you get filthy rich. You become a fiefdom unto yourself. I hear people saying they have some names in this country you can't call. Miss me with that bullshit. I promise you, use your vote wisely, Trinidad and Tobago. It is time to tear down all of these little tiny empires. In Trinidad and Tobago, Clico, Sabga and Massey is big business. They don't even qualify as a small business in Florida in one state. We have big fish in this tiny pond that has pushed the little small balls around, but don't get carried away. This is time now for a real government to bring all of the country to order. We have no order. Total disorder. The Ministry of Finance is a complete waste. It is a fiefdom, a feast. They enjoying themselves. All you need is to lock in a contract. That's all you need. All you need is to get the contract to mow the lawns in HDC. And the HDC have to answer why a woman from Fairways have the contract and not all them little suffering black women and men in Mova, Beetham, Lavendale and Ceylons who could use the job. Because we're talking about mowing lawns here. So why are we giving the contract to big rich people to turn around and hire the same small people, and you're billing in the millions and you're paying them cents? Are you seeing that at all? When you all come near me with your bullshit to defend the PNM and the UNC, are you seeing it at all? When you come to write on my wall that you Indian people used to suffer under the PNM, I have no doubt. Everybody suffer under the PNM. Indian people maybe more so. But listen, that is no excuse for Indian people to suffer under Pandey and Kamla and defend it for race. That is no excuse for that. None. whatsoever, can't go nowhere. We can't go nowhere if we're staying right here. Can't go nowhere at all if we're staying right here. Make it be known. The change we want requires us to stand up for our country. But that ain't happening if we ain't seeing, if we unwilling to open our own eyes and see what it is going on in the country.
The change we wish to see in the world. In the words of George Brainerd Shaw, Your Tango, Mahatma Gandhi.
If you can look as far as I see, within this great land we call TNT, there's birds and bees, rivers and seas, pretty woman bringing man to their knees. Treasures of this blessed land we always neglect like ISO and pan. I find it so strange the way we arrange. Still this nation don't know how to change. To some change it might just mean a new car. Change could mean less than $1. To most change have this nice scent we usually get from the government. You see, change is something we always say, but every time we change things remain the same way. Things keep getting worse and worse, so this is what I propose. Let's change the change for a better nation. Change the change for all foundations. Change the change so that we could say that this nation here came from quite down there. I say change the change within the school systems. Stop changing ministers and change what we teach them. Cause things won't change despite all we do if change doesn't start with you. Yeah, 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 yeah.
I hope you are doing well. My family and I are visiting from the United States and was heading to the boardwalk in Chaguaramas this evening. As we were approaching, we witnessed two young men running down the boardwalk, shooting after another. About 8 shots were fired. We know that the target is dead and an innocent bystander injured. This is nothing short of madness. There were so many families and children present. People were ducking and running for cover, including us. The boardwalk police were a few feet away, totally unaware, not sure how. As we were driving out, 2 men were hiding in the bush, perhaps the assailants. I think this is enough for me to say I need a break from Trinidad. Had we been a few minutes earlier, we would have been in the melee. For those of you who don't know, who are very safe, tucked in your bed, this is a story that's making the rounds right now. 3 people, according to police reports, 3 were murdered at the Chaguaramas boardwalk tonight. According to police reports, the gunmen began shooting around 7:15 p.m. By the time they stopped, 6 people had been shot, including an 8-year-old boy. One of the dead men has been identified as Fabian Super Williams of Caranage. Now, the media job is to put super in open and closed brackets so that you will know that this is a black man with an alias. Because if they wanted you to think that this was a 1%er, there wouldn't have been no blah, blah, blah. But they're supposed to put Johnny Faris Al-Rawi Sukaran, because Johnny Sukaran is also known as Faris Al-Rawi. But we don't get that. This is how they stunt you. So then when you read and one of the dead has been identified as a cockroach, we don't care about them, right? That's what they want you to think. That's how the media function. And when I call a member of the media a house negro, black people cussing me because they don't want to take the time to understand what it is we're trying to say. That if you're using the power of the media against the poor, you're working for massa. Also shot with Jakeem Moses, 8 of Pelican Extension, Mova. Ian Brown. Jakeem Moses was 8 years old. Ian Brown, 20. Kieran Jones, 26.
is murders, killings galore. So much gunmen fighting meaningless war. Can't tell you stay, can't tell you go, cause this still the land we used to know. Homeless, every corner you meet, and they complimented by our dirty streets. Then we wonder why in our sister isle, why they don't like Trinis to come and spend time. Well, you see, change is much more than paving an old road, and change is greater than fixing a lamp pole. Change is about the whole nation and how we are portrayed when the party done. Who set these standards in my TNT? I really wish somebody here could tell me. It's just the same thing again and again, like we leaders don't use the brain. So change the change within our country. Change the change so the whole world could see. Change the change for a better future, so we don't have to depend on our next mayor. Say change the change within the society, otherwise we have a bandit factory. Cause things won't change despite all we do if change doesn't start with you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. In our youth, we leave all the weight, cause in most leaders, we done a lost faith. They full of such greed. Oh Father, I plead, please Lord have some mercy on their seeds. Cause the youth are trying their best, but they're born in this place of lies and commerce. So eventually, when things get heavy, chances are they might turn out just like we. But you see, change could put an end to all this foolishness, and change could break this chain link of sadness. Change could help our leaders to grow and start preparing youths for tomorrow. Don't see change as something timely, and start seeing change as your duty. To stop them from hurting one day is we had to point the way. So change the change for better transparency. Change the change for better economy. Change the change so no man one day go take we money and just fly away. I say for young Calypsonians, and stop saying culture is in good hands. But things won't change despite all we do if change doesn't start with you. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All of them who rent their garments. A little black boy, 8 years old, innocent, was just shot on the boardwalk. Go home, change your clothes, come out with new ones, and rip that. Rip that for people to see. All the stunters, all the posers, wear them. Wear the Equal Opportunities Commission. Rah! That is madness. Wear them. Wear them tonight. Wear those stunters. Wear them. You know why they can't come out? Because every time something like this happens, it exposes the hypocrisy among the sycophants, but they're a handful. They expected things to track and to make noise. Goes nowhere. So the people who are not taking them on, that tells me that the vast majority of this country, wise beyond their years, and they've put aside the bullshit of the racism. I could only assume that you all are standing by cocked, waiting to vote. Because we've never had an opportunity like we have right now. And you could send that message. You could give this country hope in one vote. Belmont East and Barataria, you have the power to light this whole country ablaze with hope. Vote for Licia Holder and Christoph Samlal in by a landslide. By a landslide, 90% of the vote to the Progressive Empowerment Party. Show the mocking pretenders and the vampire system that the day of the patriot is upon us. That all of these stunting contracts over. Over. It is time that we had a proper run country. A real run country where the well-being of the citizens is the function and purpose of government. Tonight I had to take a video and show people that the PNM went and stick a poster on a no littering sign. Sticking a bill, sticking a poster on any public property is littering, is under the Littering Act. PNM don't give a shit. PNM don't care. Siochang walk around Belmont East. And he must be thinking, you know, if I sell my car, I can buy this whole area. My car worth more than here. These stunting jackasses that y'all have as leaders, that y'all keep voting into office. How much of y'all could pick up the phone and call your member of parliament, Stuart Young, and have him show up? His royalty. And those serve all here. And say themselves. Your job is to vote and hush and stay foolish. Your vote is to stay foolish. Teacher tell me, why do you want to zone the schools? Leave people with choice. You have a choice of shit and more shit. There are children. Somebody just sent me all the scores. A child with 179 was put in a prestige school. A child with 200 was put in a secondary school. How is that fair? How is that just? How does the 20% mean that the SCA works? How? Why have them do the SCA? Why not? If you are going to pick children, if the prestige schools are going to pick children for different criteria other than scores, if you're going to pick children based on who their mother is or who their father is or what product they're using in the hair, pick them before the SCA. Come and pick your 20% and then let the rest of the children do SCA. Come in these primary schools and say, hey, we're going to take that green-eyed child in the back there, bring that one. We'll take another one in the corner, bring him too. Do that, fill up your classes, and then get out of the way. Let the rest of the schools fight up for the also ranks. Why is Fatima College, Holy Name, and Presentation in the SCA if they're picking the children and it have nothing to do with scores? Why? Why? And more importantly, how does intelligent people defend that? How? How could you defend it? How could you defend the mediocrity and the mismanagement that is going to result in you having and your child having a horrible life? Because listen, if you're sending your child through Fatima or Holy Name or Providence or Presentation and then flying them out for good, then fine, shit all over the country. But that is why countries like Japan and Holland and Finland leave us so far behind. They teach their children, clean your home, clean your school, clean your street, keep your environment safe and clean, because this is where you live. But we don't know that. We on a hustle in Trinidad and Tobago. We want to make up get out money. Nobody like Trinidad. Nobody. All of those stunters, all of them who want to play the defending PNM and UNC, they're living out a barrel. They're living out a foreign handout. They're living hoping for a green card and a chance to get on a plane. Half of them. Check it out. We have a million Chinese outside, you know. Check it out. Our population right now looks the same, but it is made up of the people from the worst shitholes. Venezuela, Somalia, Nigeria, and some of the Caribbean islands. They're here. They come here because we are just one level above total shithole status. So there's somewhere else for them to land at. But not none of them want to stay. Oliver Marin, I know you want to answer what you think is true, but we have the scores. And the score sheets prove what you are saying to be untrue. So that may have been the system, but the system does not stand. Because if a child with 179 could get into a prestige school and a child with 200 gets into a secondary, then this SCA exam is not what they hold it out to be. It is not an entrance examination. It is a way to separate sheep from goats. And that is not good for the country. And we're making a mess of our collective future. And we need to stop that. We really need to stop that. We have to fix our country. And you're not going to fix this country with the PNM and the UNC. You're not. You're not fixing it with them. You're not. Look around. Frank and honest assessment. Nothing in Trinidad and Tobago works. And then you show people the clogged drains with bottles after the flood. And some want to come and lash people and tell them they're too stinking nasty. And you're right, they stinking nasty. But where the bins? Where the bins? $3 trillion. $3 trillion can't pay for a bin. We don't have bins. We can't get corporate Trinidad and Tobago to sponsor it. Prig that, we don't care. Pelt away the plastic bottles. But wait, where the litter wardens? We willing to fine people $5,000 a window for tint. So why we don't have litter wardens in every area where people litter and start to fine people? Because Trinidad is a place like this. Once 2 or 3 people get a ticket and they had to pay it and they lost the money, the rest of the people will cool themselves. So why are we not doing that? Maybe we don't want to. But wait, where's the plastic container bill that would put a 25 cents redemption tax on every one of those bottles? Because if you put a 25 cents redemption tax on one of those bottles, the sufferers and the stunters, Stark wouldn't have time to be making video looking to beg you and see for handout. Stark will be down in the drain, picking up plastic bottle to go and redeem it and making video of himself to say, look, I'm getting rich. I find a side hustle. Because plenty people will make money. Plenty people will have an opportunity to make money and they'll pick the nation clean. So why we don't have a beverage container bill that puts a tax on the plastic bottles? A PNM, a fellow with one of them PNM education, where his profile picture is him and his graduation gone 5 years now. That is the culmination of his entire life work as he graduated. Well done. We see you. 2 thumbs up. But you come in to argue with me that using the plastics from the plastic bottles that we get, that we break down into strands and beads to add to the road mix for durability, elasticity, and to reduce road noise. That man gave me a whole soliloquy. And then, not 24 hours later, CNN published that that is the perfect use for plastics. Now, tell me, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to drag these knuckleheads kicking and screaming into common sense? Am I supposed to, after we share real information and they send their jackasses to troll and bump the conversation, am I supposed to argue with each and every one of them? What are we supposed to do? People tell me don't block fools, but I don't like to suffer fools. In real life, you can't walk up to me and talk shit to my face. You can't do it on the wall. If you're not engaging in sensible conversation, if you can't defend your fact, because I can defend mine. I don't post madness, I do my research. As quote where it works. Where it works. But people who have an agenda, they don't have to listen to common sense. Worse, cognitive dissonance killing Chinese right now. They're on information overload. Their minds fighting fact, trying to hold on to their fantasy. I told Amory Brown once, if it is one thing the PNM good at, is forcing reality to fit their facts. This country has spent $3 trillion. Diego Martin Health Center in Carnage has a dental suite it could never use. It will never recover the cost of that. Go and find out who supplied it. Check the contract. How much millions? And that's not the only one. The same company get the contract in Kamala Kuva Hospital. You see these people pretending to be fighting one another in front of you to make you think that PNM and UNC is 2 different birds, but it's 2 wings on the same corrupt and racist bird. And you need to face that. Because the fix we need to fix, and if you voting for people that you like, you're voting against yourself. Vote people that you think could get the job done. And there is nobody in this country that could reasonably deduce that there is a PNM and a UNC that could do a better job than the PEP. Our policies are so spot on that even the highest thinkers in Trinidad and Tobago have to admit, all you do all the research. That will work. Your housing policy alone will right-size the economy. Your banking policy will rebuild the middle class in no time. Your food policy will diversify the economy quickly. Your tourism policy makes the most sense of anything I have ever heard. These are actual quotes people say to me, you know. Your business, private sector, public sector, joint venture to bring business in Mova, Bitam, Labantel and Silots, to take all of those people and give them hope and opportunity. Your plan to do adult education, that because Louis Leasing posts today, of the 20,000 people who do SEA, by the end of the 5 years, only 9,000 graduates. Where does the 11,000 that don't go? Where? In the past 10 years, 110,000 people failed. our education. Failed. Failed to graduate. In the past 10 years, Kamala Rowley, 110,000. Kamala Rowley, Manning, Pandey, 220,000. That's about 20% of the population walking around, failed, because our education system failed there. And the Progressive Empowerment Party promises, besides a proper first world education system that zones all schools, cancels and abolishes the child abusing SEA, assigns a GPA that can track the performance of the child, the teacher, the principal, and the school, we also promise adult education, free and flexible, so that the people who failed under the PNM and the UNC, under Rowley, Kamala, Pandey, and Manning, could get a second chance at a better life. A second chance. Because we live in a country where at 11 years old, 18,000 children also ran. 2,000, 4,000. Bunching with the cows. We reach, we get it. Your mommy and your daddy could post on Facebook that you get through, without thinking that you getting through in a system this broken means 16,000 children outside there, 11,000 of which are going to fail. Some of them going to come and rob you when we dead and gone. But forget that. For now we good. For now we good. Because we can post on Facebook, my child get through. And I'm knocking all you who fight there and study, because that SEA bullshit is pressure on parents too. And I know, I'm telling you, parents will do anything, because it's either that or let your child drown to make a point. So I know both sides of the coin, you know. Don't get me wrong. But I try to make the point, because we need to see the point, because it comes down to our vote. And our votes have to matter. Our votes have to be voted on, making sure that 11,000 children do not fail again. Because if every year 11,000 children fail the education system, we're going to end up in a problem. So vote for an education system that brings all 20,000 every year to fruition. Just that changes the country. Vote yourself interest on your money in the bank. Vote for the PEP. Vote an education system that leaves no child behind, that makes sure all 20,000 graduate. Vote for the PEP. Vote yourself a system that abolishes banks' fees and puts a cap on the foreign exchange buying and selling rates. Vote for the PEP. Vote for a system that will put ambulances at every fire station and police station in the country within 5 minutes distance of everybody's house. Vote for the PEP. Vote for a government that will ensure 41 public health facilities 24/7, 365 days a year, capable of handling all triage, all casualty, all accident and emergency, minor surgery suite, and small hospital stays. Vote for the PEP. Vote for lower food prices. Vote for the PEP. Vote for lower drug prices. Vote for the Progressive Empowerment Party. Vote for diversification of the economy that gives you so much choices in jobs, you would never have to say the words minimum and wage together in the same sentence. Vote for the Progressive Empowerment Party. Vote for a government that is capable of cleaning up the police service that is currently talking to international agencies like the New York City Police Department Internal Affairs to give them the contract to come and weed out the rogue and criminal elements in our police service and to get them out, so that the law-abiding, and we can end up with professional policing. Vote for the Progressive Empowerment Party. Vote for a government that is willing to undo and redo the court system, that puts meritocracy on the appointments of judges, that puts a timer on every court case, 5 years for criminal, 3 years for civil, and every case that exceeds the timer, the case gets tossed. And for the judges whose most cases gets tossed every year, those judges get fired. Vote for the Progressive Empowerment Party. Vote for the only organization in this country that is talking to you about uniting the nation, one people under one flag. Vote for the PEP. Ignore the bullshit and the stunting and the paid political offenders. You have a responsibility to this country to clean up after yourself and to prepare a better nation for your aging future and your children. Vote for the PEP. Vote for safety. Vote for security. Vote for water in your pipes 24/7. We propose decentralizing WASA and putting water purification and distribution in the hands and the responsibility of the constituency, 41 of them, so that if you don't have water 24/7, is your member of parliament to blame? Fire he. And we propose to give you recall legislation that would allow you to do just that. 10,000 earlier on the petition. We have no water, the MP failing. Fire his stunting ass. That's a country. That's a real democracy. That's a real nation ruled by law. If you want a country that works, where the well-being of the citizens is the function, purpose, and reason of government, vote for the PEP.
Tell me what they're fighting for. What they're killing for. We don't need no more now. Tell them wicked people. Fire go burn them. Fire go burn them. Oh Lord, I said this is the year for love. Fire go burn them. Fire go burn them. Oh, say little boy, you ain't bad at all. No, another one just gone. But you beat your chest and smile. Say you's a madman. Another young boy fall. Your soul can't rest at night. Oh, you's a bad man. Bad man is a man who is even woman and protect the young ones by any means, Lord. You ain't no bad man, boy, now. You ain't no bad man. A real bad man just make his own decisions. He don't need anyone. He only needs God. You ain't no bad man, boy, now. You ain't no bad man. So sit down, rock back. Tell them I don't need no strap to defend my people from wicked and evil. Whoa. So sit down, rock back. Big man, look for a walk. You're too damn evil. If they distress my people, then fire go burn them. Fire go burn them. Oh Lord, I said this is the year for love.
This is not just the year for love. This is the year for intelligent voting. This is the year for patriotism. This is the year for the rise of democracy. This is the year that the PNM and the UNC are told, thanks but no thanks. Keep your small change. We want real change. This is the year the people of Trinidad and Tobago put aside racist considerations, united as one people under one flag, and voted in their own selfish best interest. This is the year for Trinidad and Tobago to finally be born. Those two tiny little districts in two separate municipal corporations will begin the political earthquake that rumbles through the corridors of power in Trinidad and Tobago and changes the way politics is done. If you want a country that works for you and your children, if you want healthcare and education that delivers to a first world standard, if you want real job opportunities and opportunities to own a home, if you want to be able to afford food and to be able to get US to travel, if you want a life and to live in a country that's developed and first world, you need to vote yourself a better nation. Your vote has to go to the Progressive Empowerment Party. When it comes to them other two stunting, rapists, plundering, pillaging, corrupt, criminal organizations, vote them out. Important part of the franchise. Having the knowledge as to where to put your vote is critical. You're showing up at the polling station and exercising your right as a citizen under this democracy to determine the path that this country takes is the highest of human endeavors. We, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, have inherited a system of government that allows us to choose in our own best interest. I implore you, do that.
If it is that who you're voting, fail beyond a doubt. When you're voting, vote them out. Vote them out. If it is they prove it to be only full amount. When you're voting, vote them out. Vote them out. If it is the time is now that change should come about. Just as how you vote them in, vote them out. Register and vote them out. If they don't see, vote them out. Stain your finger and vote them out. Show them no mercy, vote them out. Vote them out with total scorn and utter disdain. Let's put our country together again. Put them out of power, dominate their reign. Let's put our country together again. If for 30 years you voting them in, and it's only tears as soon as they win, they give you big words and enslave your soul, promising you roads and giving potholes.
If it wasn't for the Progressive Empowerment Party raising the issue of the ownership of the Pitch Lake, would you know right now that we have mortgaged our souls and given it to the Chinese? Would you have known that? Who is accounting for the money coming in the Pitch Lake, because it is not in any of the budgets? Where is that money going? And how is it so easy for people in public office to misbehave to that extent and rob the people of their birthright? The Pitch Lake of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago belongs to the people. What is going on with that?
If they are the reason why the economy would sprout, when you're voting, vote them out. Vote them out. If it is the passing laws that them alone can flout, when you're voting, vote them out. Vote them out. If it is the building eyesores, east, west, north and south, they say where you vote them in, vote them out. Register and vote them out. Totally vote them out. State your finger and vote them out. Rescue the country, vote them out. Vote them out with tempo. They have we in vain. Let's put our country together again. Vote them out with calypso and joyous refrain. Let's put our country together again. If their policy is a fallacy, their bureaucracy a catastrophe, if they cannot cope and you see it so, then your only hope is for them to hope.
If we tell you that the well-being of the citizens is the function of the government, if the cleaning up of the nation is the purpose of the government, if the security of all the people is the function of government, and the purpose and the reason, if jobs for the people is why we have a government, if the people being able to afford a home is what government's supposed to be working on, if regulating bank rates and bank charges to ensure that the people could get interest on their money, could access finance to develop their business, could access foreign exchange, if those things are the reason, function and purpose of government, and all of those things are failing, isn't it fair to say that the governments have failed? If 24 hours, 7 days a week, water in your tap is the function and purpose of government. Isn't it fair to say that the fact that the majority of this country does not get a reliable water supply, that we can deduce logically that both the PNM and the UNC as governments have failed miserably? Forget who thief what pipe and who thief what contract. Focus on this. If they can't deliver something as simple as water that falls freely from the sky,
if it is fabrication, these statements that they spout, when you're voting, vote them out, vote them out. If it is that frustration, does make you want to shout, when you're voting, vote them out, vote them out. Before they misuse of deep cuts and loud and mix up, if it you put them in, vote them out. Register and
cabinet and government comes out of the parliament, then it is safe to say that the parliament has failed. We cannot appoint a police commissioner. We have a police commissioner acting 13 times. That is a mad indictment against our ability to operate this country in a mature and sensible fashion. We can't even do law enforcement right. Our courts is a mess. Our systems, we have cases taking 25, 30, 35 years. This is an insanity. There are people in this country trapped in a jail system. They can't escape. No bail, no lawyer. They have no money. Lock up for good. Because they're taking that long for their cases. That is human rights violations. We have nothing that works at any level. Social development has been reduced to handout and food cards. We have no interventions. Nothing follows nothing. The people are frustrated, and rightly so. But your vote is the solution. Your vote is the opportunity to go into that parliament and fire all 41. Make no mistake, that parliament belongs to you. The Constitution of the Republic that spoke it into existence speaks to you first. You are the reason we have a country. The people, whereas the people agree, we all agree. And that is what gives us anything like functional civilization, society, government. All of it comes from you, to you, of you, and belongs to you.
If it is that injustice is what they always show, when you're voting, vote them out, vote them out. If it is that avarice is all they seem to know, when you're voting, vote them out, vote them out. If it is their politics, it's just a puppy show. When elections day come, all parties must go. Register and if they don't see, stay your finger and show them no mercy. Put them out with total scorn and utter disdain. Let's put our country together again. Put them out of power, terminate their reign. Let's put our country together again.
Sing it for them, Tyrone Hernandez, they play. Tell them this is our country. None of them we jamming still and we like it so, and everybody thief bullshit. Reject that. Reject it. Reject it. You have integrity. You have morals. you have scruples, you have ethics, you have character. Stand for you. Raise your family in that trust. Raise your family in that truth. Forget what other people talk about themselves. When you take a fish out of the sea and you're cooking it, and you start to put salt, the fish living in salt water and the salt don't get inside the fish. Be like that. Be like that. Be willing to stand above the fray. That you are better because you choose to be. That you want a better country because you choose it for yourselves. I want to appeal to the overseas members of the Progressive Empowerment Party. If each of you could give us $50 US to help offset all of these campaign costs, we have a very serious push happening this week and we need your assistance. If you can reach out to Gilbert Graphic, Ali G, Satish Ramcharan, or even Felicia Holder, we need your assistance. We know that our biggest financial support comes from you who never wanted to turn your back on your country. We are working here to rebuild it so you can come back home. Help us. We need your assistance.
Sweet Trinbago, I tell them no way, no way. How the people small-minded, precocious and loud, of bubble and scandal, they boastful and proud. Yet somehow I see all this foolery as window dressing. They still a blessing. You see, I just see John Curry, peas, rice and cascado, blue crab and galaloo, my neighbor just
somebody now messaged me that Saturday on Satmaran show, he used our slogan, a rising tide lifts all boats. We have changed the narrative and infected the body politic with hope and opportunity. Even the mocking pretenders themselves quoting us. But the Bible says, you know, at the time of judgment, even Satan will quote scripture, sacred scripture. The time is upon us. The change is here. All that we need, we have. We just have to want it and exercise it. Ignore the bullshit pontificators. Stand firm in your truth. A better nation is in front of us. The day of the patriot is here.
People just overflow 2 days in the street. Not leaving, not leaving. It's here where conceive me, it's here I go there. I see a people creative who must overcome. Make magic from old steel, from rusty old drum. So why should I fear? Some tears here and there, I tell them no way, no way. Camaraderie so special, like natural instinct. They meet you by the river, is come take a drink. Unspoken but kind, no silent but mind. So forget New York, I know the old talk. You see I just drink some Baba's brew, punching rum and Mountain Dew. A hot plate of bellow to me, my me just bring me down.
I'll wrap it up. I have to go as late as 11:30. Tomorrow is the first day of a powerful week. If there are any people out there who are looking for like a couple days work, we have work, paid work for a couple people. And if you're interested, I want you to reach out to Janice Leamon Creaky. She is the PEP PRO, or you can message me if you can't find it. What's the name of this song, Gerald Abu? That is Now Leaving by Denise Plummer. Reach out to me if you can't get through to Janice, and we will see how we can fit you in. It's first come, first served, and it starts tomorrow. So I have to let you know now. Next week, Monday, at this time, we would be in celebration mode. Next week, Monday, at this time, the nation would have learned that Felicia Holder and Christoph Samuel have won the 2 by-elections, that the Progressive Empowerment Party has triumphed, that the people of Trinidad and Tobago have spoken, and they've spoken decisively. We, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, we get to stand up and celebrate. A small celebration. We'll party for a while because we know the work now starts. That the mocking pretenders, Balizi House and Rienzi, will get the shock of their life. They will have to bring out those things you see in the movies to shock them back. But then they will start to work over time. They will do everything in their power to try and bamboozle your vote. You have to stand firm. The Bible says, Put on the armor of truth and gird your loins and stand firm and be ready. Justice must come, you know. Night is run till day catch it. Long rope for maga goat, you know all of that. You've been preparing, you've been practicing, it is upon us. Tell Chochang and the rest of the bullshit artists, thanks but no thanks. Keep your small change. What we want is real change. This entire week here, you will be getting live videos from me, sometimes multiples in a day, because we're going to highlight the bullshit in this country, you know. We're going to show you what you're voting for, and more importantly, what you're voting against. The time to change Trinidad and Tobago is now. peptrinbago@gmail.com is our email address. 347-4PEP is our hotline, and we have 2 other phone numbers. I just don't have them now. PEP app, the PEP app exists. PEP, APP, available at all app stores for free. PepTT.com is our website. Our headquarters is 19 Stanmore Avenue, Port of Spain. We are working on opening our first branch, our southern headquarters, and we're working on that right now. If you want to be a part of, and I tell you this now, we have a family day in Barataria Saturday coming, and we're still having our meet and greet in Stanmore Avenue. We will do both. We will have our Saturday meet and greet every single Saturday at noon, come what may. If it's raining, we will meet in the rain. If it's hailing, we will meet in the hail. If it's snowing, we will wear boots. But we will have our meet and greet every single Saturday at noon. You have my word. Even if it's me alone have to show up under that mango tree. I promise you, we will never cancel it again. You could be rest assured. 52 every year. We are having our meet and greet this Saturday at noon, 19 Stanmore Avenue. Come out in your numbers. If you ever wanted to volunteer, we say teamwork makes the dream work. That is what has built the Progressive Empowerment Party. I started off the video tonight wanting to thank all of the members, you know, the Senator Anthony and Jones, Senator of Canada, and the whole team in Florida, Jean-Paul Nathaniel and crew. I wanted to talk about Ali G and our whole bunch in New York City. Ali G runs all the overseas chapters. We're trying to set up Australia and the UK right now. The entire party, the whole management and organizational team. We have a real potent structure. Come and meet these people. Come and see the depth. And I know the media try to hide it, and still they have to open it up, and on social media people realizing how many Progressive Empowerment Party soldiers they really have. It's not just me, and they all strong. So we're going forward, and we will take it from all sides. The Progressive Empowerment Party is the future of a better Trinidad and Tobago. If you want that, join with us. We need financial help. As you know, we have no deep pocket financiers. We ask anybody who wants to donate, you could donate, but no strings attached. Even the deep pocket financiers, we just can't make any promises, no strings attached. But if you want a better nation and you like what you see, help us out, we need money. To grow this party level we want to grow to, we need money. We are trying to open our South office within the next month, and then we want to open a Central, East and Tobago office. So we need money for all of those things. And if you think that you want a better country and you can afford to assist, please, we look forward to your help. We look forward to your support. We thank all of you that help us now. And until you see me tomorrow night, stay safe, Trinidad and Tobago.